Alright, well, back for day two of digging that hole. But told you I'll tell you a little information and story about this property. Um, this particular house that I live in was built in 1958. Um, began construction early 58, finished roughly early mid 58. Um, and I had gotten my first metal detector, Bounty Hunter 2200 Explorer. And I decided to come do the yard just to get, figure out what the numbers were and everything and stuff, see what I found. And aside from finding the leather shoe sole um, while putting in the ficus tree, um, I also found the perfume bottle from the early 50s. So before this house was built, and also uh, aspirin bottle, also from before this was built, 58. Um, aside from that, along in that hole with the perfume bottle, the leather shoe sole, and all that stuff, I found this beautiful milk glass marble. Very cool. Um, upon my exploration with my metal detector, I found a railroad spike. Now we have train tracks about a block away from here. The same train tracks in my other videos that I have metal detected. Um, kids were probably playing on the train tracks. They found a railroad spike, brought it home, dropped it in the ground, and eventually got lost. Got buried. I just thought it was cool, so I kept it. And about, I would say 18 inches deep. I mean, it was a very, very faint signal. I mean, I could barely hear it. I'm going, there's something there, and I kept digging, and it kept getting louder and louder and louder. And this is what I found. This is a brass makeup compact. And it's got beautiful pattern on the back there. Little swirl pattern there. It's also got it on the inside. It's all nice and green. I didn't even clean it. Here is part of the lid to it. You can see the hinge right there, and you can also see some nice little fancy scroll work around the edge there. I am missing one part of it. I never did find it, but I did find the important part, which was the fascia. And I believe that was attached to the front. So, pretty fancy piece. I never cleaned it up. I took it to a jeweler as is and had them look at those little stones. And those little stones are extremely high quality jade. And they say the only place you would ever find high quality jade like that would be in China. Probably around turn of the century. So, just some of the stuff I found, of course, along with the old nails and stuff like that. you know, I found all kinds of crap in this yard. Um, so, about a year later, a girl shows up at my door. Don't know her. She's standing there with an older gentleman. And she says, "Hi, my name is so-and-so." I don't even remember her name. I feel so bad. "My name is so-and-so. And my mom was born here in 1956. And I wanted to see the place where my mom was born." And I, sat down with her for 2 hours and explained to her, this isn't the house your mom was born in. That house is gone. This place was built in 1958, and but it is the right property. It is the right property. Wrong house, you know. Um, she was still excited, so I pulled this stuff out. I pulled out the marble, and showed her the marble, and said, "Your mom may have played with this. I don't know. Um, you know, your mom may have been playing on the train tracks and brought this home. And the makeup compact may have been your grandmother's." And I offered all this stuff to her, and she didn't want it. She said, "Nope, you found it. You take care of it, because I'll probably just lose it or just get it destroyed," because she lives on the East Coast now. And yeah, she said that her mom was born here in 56, and late 57, from what her mom told her, they moved. They sold the house and moved back east. And makes sense. Everything lines up perfectly. And really, really cool, to see the generations, interested in the history of their own, family and where they were born and stuff like that. And like I said, we sat there and talked for like 2 hours. You know, um, I asked her if she had any pictures of the old house, and she said no. But her mom talked about the old brick fireplace, and I find broken brick in this dirt all the time, all the time. So that's where we started thinking and stuff. Maybe they just dug a hole and pushed the house into it. Because right where I'm standing right here is a big, long, galvanized pipe. I don't even know if it's galvanized, but it looks like an old gas pipe. And it stops right about here, and it goes off that way underneath this foundation. So it's probably part of the old house that used to stand here back then when her mom was here. Um, and all the stuff I seem to be finding runs right along this fence line. It actually goes under the fence into my neighbor's yard. And I know back then, from other houses that I've metal detected, that they didn't have any fences back then because there was a lot less houses. There was no fences separating everything. So, I know that this house right here was probably built in the early 40s. So this house was probably here. I need to talk with the owner of that house next time I see him and find out when it was built and if I can actually metal detect his backyard, because he's got a really big backyard. But he's actually the gentleman that's helping me cut down this ficus tree that's destroying everybody's fences and brick walls. So he might let me. But everything I seem to be finding runs roughly right around where the fence is. And it's quite possible that the two places shared just the trash pit and stuff. And which, which is why I'm constantly finding stuff back here, which is probably why all this broken glass keeps coming to the surface. And yesterday I explained to you, digging a hole to bury a bird, this beautiful yellow and green bird that my mom found, or my wife found, in the parking lot of her work. And I started discovering all this stuff. So, well, I dug another hole elsewhere, right in front of the ficus tree. And it seems that I can't even put a shovel in the ground and not find something. So this is a little old fabric ribbon. This does not look like ribbon that would have been on a gift or anything. This looks like ribbon that would have gone in a little girl's hair, is what this looks like. Maybe that girl's mom wore this in her hair. I don't know. But it seems that I cannot even put a shovel in the ground without finding something. Yeah, this property is pretty amazing, and I wish I could find old pictures of what this place looked like back then, before this place was built. I don't think City Hall has any of that stuff. Although it never hurts to go and ask. So maybe I'll do that one day. I'll just stop by City Hall and say, hey, this is what I do. This is where I live. Do you have any old pictures of the area that I can look at, or any old maps? So, yeah. Little red ribbon. That was probably 10 inches down when I pulled that out to bury that pretty little bird with my wife. So in yesterday's video, I said possible privy. Now, the reason I'm thinking it's a possible privy is because this girl, her mom told her stories of having to go use the outhouse at night, and she didn't like going out there at night, so she would wake up her mom to walk her out to the outhouse to go to the bathroom at night. And the soil I'm digging up definitely looks like it was mixed with something. It's not the normal dirt that you would dig. You could definitely see color changes and texture changes. And every once in a while yesterday, I would just get this whiff of just crap. For lack of better words. It smelled like crap. So maybe that's where the outhouse was. I don't know. According to the girl that I talked to, her mom said that yes, they had an outhouse here. I guess it was just like a little 2 or 3 room house. Had a living room, had a kitchen, and a bedroom. That was it. So, little history, and it's really gotten me really fascinated. Learning all this and having that girl show up at my house and explain to me that her mom was born here, not even at a hospital, no doctors, that they delivered her by themselves here on this property. And that's what they did back then. You know what I mean? I do know that the sidewalks didn't go in here, the concrete sidewalk, until 58. So this place was built in 58. The sidewalks went in 58. And a lot of stuff was happening mid to late 50s around here. It was just booming. I do know that my mom grew up around here also, and she was born in 46. And she said her and her two brothers, her mom would give them all a quarter each. And they would ride their bikes out here. And it was all farmland. You would pay the farmer a quarter, and he'd let you go out there and pick strawberries, oranges, apples, whatever. All the farms had different stuff, and they'd come back with their bike baskets full of stuff. Just full of stuff. And obviously those days are gone now. It's nothing but concrete and asphalt, unfortunately. So you got to get a little creative where you dig. And it's challenging. But when you find a good place, it's a good place. It'll really teach you a lot of history. And that's really what I'm all about. I'm all about what happened here before this. You know what I mean? Y'all saw the video. I went and did the little park strip out in front of my daughter's house. And I found the 1920s or 1915, whatever it was, the Model A or Model T hubcap. There was life here. There was life here. There was cars here. There were people driving. You know what I mean? There were, there was life. So things were happening, even way back then. And sorry, I'm looking at the hole. I'm trying to figure out a plan of attack. But yeah, so who knows? Who knows what I'll find in that hole? But it seems to be pretty deep, and so there's a little history of what I know and how I know the history of this particular property and some of the things I've found. The marble. Who knows? But this is my absolute favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. And I can only imagine that the lady that had this was really bummed when she lost it, because this probably wasn't cheap. You know what I mean? Even after all the makeup or whatever was in it was gone, she probably held on to it and stuff. This wasn't cheap. That's for sure. So, without further ado, I'm going to go uncover the hole and keep digging. See what we find. Maybe get that big block out. So, I'm thinking that big block was the corner piece of the old foundation of the house that stood here before this one. So, and I think that concrete profiled part was also part of this property before this was here. So, all right, well, I'll let you know what I find. So right off the bat, I got some buckets, tossing some of that loose dirt in from yesterday. Right off the bat, found a little chunk of green glass, a piece of pottery. This could be like stoneware or something, I don't know. Not without having a bigger piece of it. Could just be, I don't know, flower pot, I don't know. A piece of pottery. And I keep finding this stuff. It's like chalk. And it just kind of crumbles. And this is another thing that's making me think it might possibly be a privy, is that they used lye. They would dump bags of lye in it when it got stinky. So, and then when it got pretty full, they would just fill it, put a cap on it, clay cap or something. I think that's what I'm getting into now. Hopefully, that's what I'm getting into now. So you can see the dirt color. It's very clay-like. Oh, and I just got a big whiff of that crap smell, so I should probably just go put some gloves on. Might be a good idea. A big chunk of foundation or something. So yeah, you can see the color difference, that dark stuff. So this is what's kind of leading me to think it's a privy. And yeah, very clay, very sticky, and interesting. So all right, I think I'm gonna start bringing this towards me and go down. So I'll see you in a bit. Right. I went down about a shovel length, about 8 inches, and it definitely goes deeper. Right there. Another piece of pottery. Piece of yellowware. Another piece of pottery. This looks like the finished edge of possibly a bowl. Yeah, I would say a bowl from looking at that arch. I would say probably a bowl. So yeah, it definitely goes deeper. And I hit a piece of glass. There's another piece of glass right there. There's a piece of brown glass, probably from that Clorox bottle. And then there's another piece of glass in here somewhere. I don't know where it went, but it definitely goes deeper, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, it's getting really muddy and really soft. So, you can see the soil color change. So, may not have been a privy, it may have just been a trash pit for the house. So, but yeah, there's another piece of glass in here somewhere. It's still in the dirt. I don't know where it was. Can't remember. But I did see it. But yeah. So I'm gonna keep digging, and hopefully we find something. I don't know. Maybe it was just a food waste pit. I don't know. So, all right. I'll let you know if I find anything else. Well, found something. This is an old Model T spark plug. That's freaking cool. That's freaking cool. Oh, that's so rad. Oh, man. This is so cool. Alright, guys. I'm gonna keep digging. Let's see if I can find the other 3. Alright, everybody. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Alright. So, since I found the Model T spark plug, and I found little bits of iron, I decided to grab my pinpointer and see if there's anything down here. Yep, I'm getting a hit right there. So I guess my assumptions were right, that it goes deeper. And right there, it seems to be the only hit I'm getting right now. Right there. So, might be another spark plug. Alright, I'm going to keep digging, and I'll keep letting you know what I find. The heel of a bottle is part of it. Alright, well, pretty awesome stuff. I didn't film this as I was getting it out of the hole. My mother-in-law was vacuuming her room, and I am literally right underneath her window. So, pulled out some more Clorox bottle glass, little chunk of iron, some type of pottery, and my favorite, an iron spoon bowl. Is anybody out there that can help me date this as when they used steel or iron as spoon bowls or spoons? Let me know in the comments, please. So, an iron spoon bowl. So, I'm finding little bits of rusty pieces, and I'm assuming that might be the rusted out handle. So, it is gone back to the earth from which it has come from, but it has left the bowl, the spoon bowl, for me to find. Freaking cool. The first iron spoon bowl I've ever dug. That's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna keep digging. I'll let you know what I find. Alright, just kind of cleaning out the hole, and well, I don't know what that is. I do find big chunks of asphalt occasionally. But that is very smooth. So I'm wondering if possible slate roofing. I don't know. So let me prop y'all up and we'll get it out together. Get you down, looking in the hole. Let's see where I can put you. Alright, well, there we go. I can't really do a whole lot right now. But, there we go. There's that. Alright, well, I don't think this is going to work very well. Trying to prop you guys up. So, let me see here. There we go. I think that's probably the best I can do. So, oh man, my knees are killing me. Yeah, I think it's asphalt. Yeah, big chunk of asphalt. Yeah. So, if the old house had an asphalt driveway before it got tore down, because I find chunks of this all the time. So, anybody knows when asphalt started being used, let me know in the comments. If not, I'll just have to Google it on the interweb, which is fine. So, but yeah, big chunk of asphalt, but from this angle it looks like it might be like a chunk of slate roofing or something, you know? There you go. Big chunk of asphalt. Well, keep digging. Alright, another big chunk of glass. That's pretty big. I don't know what it would have been, but big chunk of glass. Alright, well, I'm still digging down, and I'm hitting patches of rusty dirt. Unfortunately, it's so rusted, it's gone back to the earth from which it came. But I did find this. Looks like the heel of a drinking glass. I say that because there's absolutely no markings on the bottom. So I think I've hit the bottom of the pit. The dirt has changed color dramatically, and I'm not seeing anything else, so I think now I'm just going to dig it back this way. I got in there and tried to move that big block of concrete. It ain't budging. It ain't budging. So I am cleaning stuff out, and then I'll start. Ow! That hurt. Well, I got that on camera. Whew. I was wondering when that was going to happen. Just exposed another piece of green glass.
Who are you talking to?
My camera.
Oh, okay.
For my YouTube channel.
Oh.
Well, my barricade for my dirt just kind of collapsed on me noggin. So, alright, well, and with the sound of a lawnmower, I think that's it. Alright, well, I've been digging that hole for about 2.5 hours. I'm sweating my butt off. 6 o'clock. I can hear my dogs barking, which means it's their dinner time. And I'm going to have to figure out something else to do with that dirt. As you just saw, I had taken the piece of wood and just kind of wedged it up against the pile I'd started, and was dumping the dirt behind it. And well, as you all saw, it kind of came down on my head, but not a big piece of wood, so no big deal. So I think I've hit the bottom, and I think I'm gonna start bringing it back. So I mean, I'm literally crammed in a small little 3.5 foot, 4 foot section. So let me show you. So yeah, this is where I'm working. It's literally 3.5 feet wide where I'm working. And I have very limited room, as this is my wife's little garden area. So she's got all the little pots and plants and stuff back here, and her planters and stuff like that. So I am very limited on space, but this is where I'm putting everything. I would definitely have to say this and this are freaking awesome. I don't know what this is, but it looks very interesting. Very interesting. So I didn't notice that before. It's got the little lines down there. I wonder if this was like kind of like an oval flask or something. Who knows? But alright, I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'm gonna take those, set those aside, because that's freaking awesome. I'll put that with the hubcap I found out in front of my daughter's house. I think I might throw that in some vinegar, knock some of that stuff off, and we will get back at it tomorrow. Oh. Whew, I almost fell on my butt. So this is 52-inch shovel. We're almost halfway up the handle. So I'm getting there deep into it, but I think I hit bottom because all the dirt seems to be pretty normal dirt looking. Another chunk of that asphalt. So I can see little chunks of red brick. Something right there. Another chunk of that asphalt. Oh, yep. Another chunk of asphalt right there. Right there. So, I guess the moral of the story is something hard right there. I think it's glass. Let's see if we can find it. Just popped out. Oh. I think I lost it. Yeah, I hope that was a bird I heard. It sounded almost like a little gremlin. So, I think what I'm going to do now is just start digging it back. Yep, a piece of glass right there. So, alright, everybody. I can hear my dog back there bitching at me, telling me he's hungry. It's dinner time for him. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna just start digging it back towards me. And Another piece of glass. A small chunk. It was. I don't know where it went. All these. That's one thing I'm kind of noticing about these. Yeah, I see some rust spot right there. Fortunately, probably a nail, or maybe this is part of the spoon handle. The handle of the spoon. I don't know. Maybe it's a nail. I don't know, maybe it's like one of them rose head nails. Got a kind of a funky top on it. So, alright, well, I think I've had it for today. And I think I'm going to have a short day at work tomorrow. So, we'll get to digging a little more tomorrow. So, I'll figure out what to do about that, because this is what I was doing. I was throwing all the dirt back behind it. And, yeah, the weight of the dirt shoved the board down on top of my noggin. So, yeah, I'll start digging it back towards the mat and come back this way. And, obviously I ain't got a whole lot of room to dig more, but pretty interesting. So, I guess the lesson for today is when you walk down the street, or you walk around in your yard, wherever you're walking or driving, just know that there are artifacts down there that tell you the history of the area and the people who live there. And that is what I find most fascinating. So, who knows? Maybe the old father of the girl who was born here owned a Model T, and he changed out his spark plugs. So, it all tells a story. You know? Maybe the mom mixing up soup with this iron spoon. Maybe the little girl grabbed that little spoon, came back out here, and was digging a hole with it. Who knows? You know? It's the stories that I love. It's the history. It's the people involved. Not in the fact that I get to find it and retell their story. It's freaking awesome. So, alright everybody. Till tomorrow. Keep digging those holes. Make sure you got a good place to put your dirt. Make sure your board's safe and secure. So, alright everybody. Till tomorrow. Keep digging them holes.